Hi everyone. Now that we are feeling more comfortable with the idea of research and field research, having completed Project 1, it's time for us to start a real project. Project 2, the research proposal, is our first step in conducting a large-scale research paper. A proposal is a document that outlines your research intentions, kind of like your plan of action. A researcher starts with this proposal to primarily get money. You want funding to be able to accomplish lots of things with your research. For this class, you don't need money, but in your future research, you might need to do things like hire staff, you might need to purchase or rent equipment, or you might need to travel somewhere, so you'll need money for all those things. Proposals are also a good way to kind of get a stamp of approval from a department or advisor. It looks really good to have the big name of someone famous, research-wise, or the name of a university on your proposal because it means they're backing your ideas. These are also people who can give you feedback. Even if your proposal gets rejected, you often get feedback on how to improve it for the future. Finally, composing a proposal lets you assert that your research idea is good and important. When you write a proposal, you should feel confident at the end of it. A proposal has 6 key parts. First, it has an introduction. It's what it sounds like. You need to introduce your reader to what we're looking at, what's going on, what's the situation, why are we talking about this. Next is the research question or questions. This is what you're wanting to investigate specifically, the question you're wanting to answer. Then you have a purpose statement, be who's impacted by this and how. Then you need to establish a problem. This is why the topic is so important, like why it's necessary that we invest in you and help you out. This is when the 3 C's we learned about earlier come into play. Then we have a plan of action. What are you actually going to do? Like, what is your field research plan? Are you going to do surveys? Are you going to interview people about what? How long is it going to take you? Then you end on a timeline. So the timeline tells the funder or administrator how long it will take you and when you're going to get things done by. That way they can trust you and be like, okay, I'm investing in a 1-year project. Because this class outlines when you're going to do things, you have deadlines, everyone's timeline is going to look the same, so I don't really see a point in that. So it's much better to call this the reflection section. Another thing that proposals do is they anticipate problems they might run into and why they need more funding. So instead of making a timeline, for this proposal, focus on reflecting. What problems do you anticipate having? What's your backup plan if you can't do interviews, if your technology breaks? Showing me, your administrator who's going to fund you, showing me that you have things under control. Traditionally, this proposal would be 4 to 6 typed pages. This approach, though, has drawbacks. Because proposals are long, they take a long time to read, and if it takes a long time to read, it can delay research and funding efforts, like they just live in a stack on someone's desk. A modern solution to this problem is using infographics. An infographic is a visual presentation of ideas, an informational graphic. It's kind of like a poster or a PowerPoint in that it has text and graphics, but an infographic is more selective and concise. The images, too, are meant to help you understand the content rather than fill in space with something cute. Overall, an infographic creates a much more efficient way of assessing research proposals. For this class, then, we're going to choose the more efficient way. We're not going to write 4 to 6 pages. We're going to make a 1-page infographic. I know infographics are new to a lot of students. It's a scary word for some. Don't worry, we're going to learn about them. We're going to talk more about it. Next week, I even have a tutorial planned for using Canva. For now, just know that you can use Canva or Pictochart as free websites for making infographics. There are free options out there. You can also use software like InDesign or Photoshop if you already own that. I'm okay with that. Still, whatever you use, you should not pay for it. You should not be paying for fancy photos, premium accounts, access to GIFs, none of that. We're all poor college kids, so we only are using the free options. You should never have to pay for anything in this project, or really this class, other than the textbook. I'm going to end this introduction to the project on a familiar slide, the Make It Matter slide. These again are questions you should be able to answer that will help you see the value in the project. Project 2 is our first step into initiating a larger project. Our goal is to pick a research topic and carry it out into a full project. But I know that can be really intimidating, especially the idea of picking a topic. It's too much freedom. I want you to know that you can always change your topic after Project 2. It is still worth doing Project 2, so you know the process, that you can develop an idea completely. We also are going to be meeting over Zoom soon to talk about topics. I want to see you face to face or through chat, and make sure that you have a topic that's going to work and a topic that you feel proud of. Be assured that I will be supporting you in the topic selection and the process. I'm here to help.